ahead and turn it on 5 minutes early, see if we can find it. All right, will you rotate it down a little bit?
This?
Yeah, okay, now come see what you think. And see if you can find it on your phone. Hey everybody, we're still trying to get it set up. Nobody's in there yet anyway. Yeah.
Watch live.
Click on it. Now I wonder how I find it on here. Now live on your channel. Okay, so I turned it on about 5 minutes early. And there's Bob. Hey Bob, what's up? We're a couple minutes early. Can you hear me okay?
He said, I'm here.
Can you hear me?
So, Bob, if you're not 5 minutes early, you're
Late. I ask him if he can hear us because he's not responding.
pick good and sound.
Okay.
Awesome. The Salty Medic.
Hey buddy. Alright, I'm trying something new today. We are sitting at the dinette table with the phone a little bit further away, so if we need to raise our voice, Cindy's usually pretty loud, usually when she's talking to me, but and then I've got the computer here hopefully so I can kind of keep up. I know last week we had somebody got very aggravated that I did not respond to a comment they made, and they felt like I was excluding them because they were new, and so we're gonna trying to change things up and use the computer and Cindy's phone, and we're gonna give it a few more minutes to let people. Can you turn your phone? No. So new thing YouTube has done is they've got, if you use a phone, it has to be vertical, not horizontal. So when I get to Montana, Bear, which is the Backroads Nomadic, he's going to help me set up a third-party vendor where I can use my laptop. Hey Donna, thank you for subscribing, Donna. He's going to help me set up my laptop with a third-party vendor so we can do horizontal pictures, but right now I'm just not there with my computer ability or knowledge, and none of our teenagers are teenagers anymore. They've all grown up and moved out of the house, and so there you have it.
We've been left to our own accord.
Yeah, and so when we get to Montana, then Bear is going.
Our technical advisor.
Yeah, our technical advisor and thumbnail support is going to get us set up on, I forget, there's one or two services. I think they average about $10 a month. And so I know, Bob, you like to watch it on the big screen so you can see all this in living color. But hey, living my best life at 60, how are you? So Donna, you said you were a new subscriber. Can I ask where you found us?
It's going to take a minute.
It's going to take a minute. And I think living my best life is new too. I'm going to try to...
We're just so glad everybody's here. What all went on this
I've got
week?
some notes. So I was going to wait, hopefully, till we get our average 10 people. Oh, we do have 10 now. We're at our average 10. So I've got an update, and I'll tell you that we've had a lot of stuff happen since we've been here. It just came up in my feed. Okay, well, welcome. If you're not subscribed, Donna, we ask you to subscribe. That would be
She said she
awesome.
did earlier.
Oh, okay. Oh, new subscriber here. Thank you, Donna.
It takes him a minute.
It takes me a minute.
It's all right.
But we've had to replace the air conditioner. We've had got a new fireplace on Friday. We're at the 5-year mark with our coach slash house. And oh, Rob, you're from the Sarasota. Tim, right on. Thank you, buddy. And yeah, Donna, I got that. My wife corrected me. She's very good at that. Thank you for subscribing, Donna. Hey, Central Texas. I'm in South Texas. But we've had a lot of stuff going with the coach, and so we thought we had everything done. And I went to do my monthly test of the generator, and I can't get the generator to stay running. So I've got a mechanic was supposed to come out today, but I did not hear from him. So I'm gonna call him again in the morning and see when he's coming out. Alive at 65. Tim didn't reply to my post about viewing your video. Sorry. That's okay. I didn't think he would, but thank you for joining us tonight. So we're going to try to get the generator fixed before we leave here. We only have 3 weeks left before we head to Minnesota. Thank you, Living My Best Life. I'm so happy with all my new subscribers. And so we're trying to get everything buttoned up, because when we leave here, I want to do some adventuring in our 2.5 weeks that we have to get to Montana. And if the generator's not fixed, I'm one of these people, like, I have a generator, it needs to work.
Okay. He's one of those people now. He used to not be one of those people that even thought about using his generator.
Right. Cindy made me start boondocking about 3 years ago, because it's like, I'd rather just stay in a campground. Now, if I have to pay more than $25 for a site, hey Russ, hey Josh.
He's getting a little upset.
So if the generator's not running, we're going to either make a quick trip over to Red Bay and try to make an appointment at Bay Diesel. Even though we don't have a diesel, that's who does a lot of my work on the camper. Or a friend of ours told us of a new place that they use in Oregon. And if you look at it on the map, it's directly across the same latitude, I guess, or longitude as West Yellowstone in Oregon. So we'll just shoot from South Texas up to Central Oregon, get it fixed, and then head over to our job. Hopefully TNT will show up, get the generator
He's
running.
been awesome so far, but he has been.
Let me interrupt real quick. I see Jocelyn's on here. They're a fellow work camper from this campground. They just left last week. Update, we have 2 employees that have left and another who has applied for another job. So call me later and I'll tell you about it. So on our update, we also had an employee here who was cutting the grass, threw a rock through the back window of my Jeep. We're scheduled to get that fixed on the 5th of this month. And then I posted a video about 3 weeks ago
About the paint.
about
on
the corrosion on the Jeep. And I had no idea that it was a common thing, because I'm an idiot. I don't just search stuff on the internet like I guess I should. And so we had a subscriber, actually 2 subscribers. I'll tell you in a minute, Bob. I had 2 subscribers that said, hey, and they actually sent me the bulletin from Jeep. So I went over to Alan Summers Jeep here in Rockport, Port Aransas. They don't have a body shop. They said, you're on your own. We're not going to make any money off of it. Go somewhere else. And so we went down to Port Lavaca. We're only an hour from Port Lavaca, Texas. And that's actually where we bought the Jeep from 3 years ago, 4 years ago.
Yeah, something like that.
When we were working at Port Lavaca KOA. And we took it there. They're awesome. We're scheduled on the 8th to go get $5,000 worth of body and paint work done on Jeep's dime. I just got to rent a car. So what a car rental for 2 weeks would cost me $800, so I'm getting $5,000 worth of work done for $800. So I got to get all that done. So Bob, here's my shirt. It says nothing is free.
It says nothing the government gives you is free.
So there you go. So,
Is
and
that your public service announcement?
that's my public service, my PSA for the day. So I'm looking here and says a couple of the people are from my Sarasota Tim video that I posted today. I did wait till today because we were off today to hello from North Carolina. Hey, back from North Carolina. Or we're in Texas here. I filmed that 2 days ago, or started filming it 2 days ago. I wanted to wait and put it up today because we were off, because I was scared with a lot of Tim's minions, because somebody had told me that he made a video trying to get all his people to complain about channels that make videos that don't worship him. And so I waited till today, and I tried to comment. So if you look at it, I've got a pinned comment on there. I've tried to keep up with the hundreds of responses, but I am so glad it was so well received. I tried to be as thoughtful and humbling as possible, but I just couldn't allow him to keep going on. New sub here. I'm a Sarasota Tim Minion. Well, Mad Dash, thank you for joining in, and hope you like what we do. And Alive at 65 says, I'm heading to Port Aransas on May 7th.
Yeah, I was
for
just
the
answering
first.
her. Are you camping?
Because that's just down the street from where we are.
Yeah, I mean we're scheduled to leave
The 20th.
end of April, but
So you'll see Prairie Dog Pals. That's Cindy. Cindy's Prairie Dog Pals. And if you haven't gone to watch her channel, she's got a new video up today too. So Alive at 65, that's your first time. Port Aransas is beautiful.
it is. This is a nice area. There's a lot to see.
So while you're there, you need to go to what is it? Paradise Key.
Yeah, Paradise Key is in.
Yeah.
Well, that's in Aransas Pass. If she's going to Port A.
Oh, Port A, which is down near Seadrift.
Yes.
There's a great Mexican restaurant right there in Seadrift on the main highway.
No, that's not Seadrift. That's where we went to go see that Chapel of the Dunes.
Oh.
Chapel in the Dunes.
Right, that was pretty cool too.
That is really cool.
Hi Todd and Tammy, we're still looking forward to meeting you too, and thank you for joining us tonight.
Oh, aren't they supposed to be here this weekend?
No, they're going.
Oh.
They're going to be working at Mountainside.
Oh, that's right.
If I remember correctly, they're going to be up there when we get up there in Yellowstone.
That's right.
So we were doing the Jeep update and the camper update, but we also filmed a video today that I'm going to probably put up next week or maybe the end of this week about what we're doing this summer. And one thing I mentioned is that we're going to head, after our summer job, we're going to head back to South Carolina for at least 2 months. We have 4 of our 6 kids are there, and four of our 6 kids are there. For some reason I thought I was on the computer, but I'm over there. We've got one in Louisiana that we hope to see too, but we've got to finish out our oldest son's estate. For any of y'all that are new, our son passed away last month, our oldest son, and we made what we think is the biggest full-time RV mistake that most everybody makes.
Exactly.
Don't argue. We have heated discussions.
We don't even have heated discussions, please.
About the having a storage unit.
We have a storage unit.
Not just a small one. We have the biggest one, the storage.
That you could have. But anyway, so it's full of family heirlooms, and we had a private investigations business prior, and we had to keep those files for, 7 years or something like that?
6 years.
And so now we're at a point where we can get rid of some of those files. We can pare things down. We're trying to talk our children into taking some of the furniture. And now that we know how much we love this lifestyle and we love doing what we're doing, we don't have any intentions of moving back into a house.
And we have big pieces of furniture, like a table. We still have 6 kids. We had 6 kids when we were at our home living with us, and Cindy's mother. So there was 9 of us. Hey, Bear.
We had a huge table that we could all sit around
had like
and have
church
dinner.
pews down either side.
Yeah,
and it was huge because we'd have family over. There'd be 20 people.
Yeah.
And so, like, we have that table. We'll never have, because if we move out of the RV, we'll move into a tiny home, like in a campground. And I'm going to try to see if I can sell any of it. If not, then Salvation Army, Goodwill, I'll split it between them. And
give it to somebody who needs it.
Yep.
Because we have no intention of having a big house like that ever again. In fact, I would be hard pressed. I've gotten so used to living in this square footage. It feels like home to me. It has everything I need right here. So I have no intentions of moving out of my camper. Even if we were to find a spot somewhere, we're still looking for the perfect spot. But even if we were to buy a lot somewhere or a lot in a campground somewhere, we would park the camper there and live out of the camper. That's our intention anyway. But we'll just see. I mean, we never know what life holds, right? So if we ended up, like Alex said, we probably, if we had to go back to some sort of a sticks and bricks, it would be a tiny home. I don't want anything big. This square footage is fine with me.
Tiny home is under 500 square feet. Bob, you might get
I'd say anywhere from 500 to 1,000. I mean, I don't know what that looks like.
All right, so those things we look at in Greenville, those were 400 square feet.
Oh, that's all they were?
Yeah.
See, I don't know.
So that's why I said 500, maybe something just a little bit bigger.
You used to do real estate, not me.
So, hey, Stan. We live in a Tiffin motorhome, 32 foot. It's a 32 SA. We got a great tour video in our channel lineup. Bob, if you get a notification, I just made you a moderator since you're here every week. So it'll be you, Cindy, and Bear. So Backroads, Prairie Dog, and you. Okay? So thank you. And I guess thank you because I didn't even ask you. I just did it.
You were voluntold.
Voluntold. So one of the other things I wanted to talk about is the see, now you've got a wrench, Bob. One of the other things I wanted to talk about is the craziness that's been happening with the channel. We've had 2 videos just kind of explode that have brought us almost half of our subscribers. We got 1,000 subscribers from the Camping World video, and since this morning we've added 200 subscribers from the Tim video. And so we're just taken back, and we thank you all for that. And what really kind of threw me for a loop with the Camping World video is that we were on the cusp of having our 4,000 watch hours. We had just gotten over the 1,000 subscriber mark, and like I had said, our son passed away, and so we weren't putting up the 2 videos and the shorts and stuff during the week. And so I was trying to post a video each week while we were gone. We were gone for 3 weeks, just to keep the channel alive. And we just really kind of made that as it was an easy video to make.
Well, it was a spur of the moment.
filler video. And so you just don't know how God's going to work in your life, because he took that and turned it into a positive force. So I want to thank all the new subscribers. It means a lot. And we're excited about our first work camper adventure. Tammy, it's a lot of fun. And if you look at Bob Clark, he's above you. Bob used to be one of our managers at one of the campgrounds we used to work at before he got old and soft and built a house and moved out of his camper. And yes, I said it, Bob. And thank you about the condolences. But we're going to be up there the whole time you're there, Tammy. And if y'all need any help or you have any problems, Fred, the manager, is awesome. And so you can always come and ask us, and we're happy to talk to you about it and whatnot. And so
and Tammy, you're right. Selling the house, moving out, it is a lot. It is a lot. Just take your time, process it, you'll be fine. And Tammy, if you don't mind me asking, where are y'all living now, or where are y'all from now? Just wondering if y'all are going to be maybe traveling some of the same route that we might be, and maybe we can meet up along the way.
Yeah, because we're leaving here, Lord willing, and the sun don't shine.
The sun don't shine. I want the sun to shine, and the creek don't rise.
Yeah, they're in Cincinnati.
You're from the South. You should know these sayings.
She's from Cincinnati, Ohio. If you quit interrupting me, you'll be able to read this stuff and find out. And so we'll be happy to help you along the way. And now we are going to need ideas, because when we leave Montana, it's going to be the first time that we have not gone to our next planned job, where we have, I know it's got one little gnat in here, it's driving me crazy.
Driving you nuts.
That we don't have a job lined up, because we've got to go take care of getting rid of the storage unit and finishing out my son's estate, hopefully.
So when we leave Montana, we're not going to already have our winter job lined up.
Nor do we know.
Which is going to be new for us. And we're not going to, because we don't know how long it's going to take to get all that done.
We have an invitation to come back here to Rockport. I just don't know if the time frame that they want us back and the time frame it takes
it's going to work out for them.
It's going to work out for them, because they've got another new manager, third manager since
we've been
here. And so we are going to play it by ear. We've got a friend of ours that has a PI business in Myrtle Beach. We may go up there. He said he could let us serve papers. But usually work camping jobs aren't that hard to find, and we should be able to, when we're ready, we should be able to find something within a week or two.
I would hope so.
For a short term, before we turn around and go back to Yellowstone, because that's pretty much an open invitation as long as Fred is there. Cindy manages a store, and
I like it there.
And we love it. So I was, before I got off on that, we were talking about the two popular videos, and Bob and I were, which is, you see Bob in the chat there, we're talking a little while ago about maybe a follow-up video to Camping World. And so then I talked to Bear, Backroads Nomads, about getting set up with this third-party chat thing, to where I can do like a live stream with me and another person. And so I was thinking about finding other subscribers that have had a Camping World experience, and then maybe once a month or once every 6 weeks, maybe do an interview with that person to kind of see how their Camping World experience went. And then if they have a YouTube channel and want to share it on their channel too, then it could be, I mean, Bear, you can correct me. I know you're at the hospital with your mom, but you can correct me if I'm wrong. We should be able to then have it uploaded to both channels. Or if you don't have a channel, I would just be interviewing you. So would that be something that y'all would be interested in watching, leave a comment down below.
I think this year I'd like to do some more hiking type videos.
Yeah, so the video we did today was a sad attempt at hiking. It's called Toll what?
Wasn't hiking. It was a walking, biking trail. Not really hiking.
So we went on a 1.5 mile hike on flat paved land, and we did a video about this upcoming summer, just a walk and talk type video, or some of it was a sit and talk video. But we're usually really active, but we've been here and there's really no hiking trails.
Yeah.
I mean, you can go for a walk on the beach or something, but we're used to being in places,
I like to go by a rippling brook or
or a waterfall or
I
something.
love to hike the waterfalls.
So we decided that, hey, we've got just a few weeks before we head back to Montana. Maybe we better get active again. And today's hike was a testament to we need to get active again.
Yeah.
All right.
We've been eating better,
We have.
and I've gotten you off the diet soda.
Yeah, so that's what I've got off DP. So that's Diet
Oh, I
Pepsi.
wasn't sure what that meant. It looked like I'm not
So
even
it
going
says-
there.
It says off DP. So if any of y'all have watched Cindy's channel, which is Prairie Dog Pals, yeah, I've got 2 bear spray in the Jeep all ready to go.
Oh yeah, they're ready. We're ready.
So Cindy's been on her channel. She's been on, I don't want to say a tirade, but she has been actively talking about all the crap that's in our water and all that stuff. Yes, Jocelyn, that's the trail next to Walmart in downtown Rockport. No skeeters today because of the wind. And so, like, even with bottled water, there's all these additives. Well, she started looking up the contents of what all's in our food, and I am a huge Diet Pepsi fan. And yeah, Rob, I had a terrible time too. And so for Lent, Cindy gave up her wine, her alcohol. I don't drink much. I haven't had anything in a while. Every now and then I'll drink an occasional beer. There's nothing in the refrigerator.
Right, but
So-
he's never been a big drinker
No.
anyway.
But my vice was Diet Pepsi. When I worked at the police department, I would leave the house at 4:30 in the morning. I'd buy 2 20-ounce Diet Pepsis and one of those big family bars, Snickers bars that's got 2 full-size Snickers in it. And that was my breakfast on my hour drive to work. And then I would drink 6 to 8 Diet Pepsis a day. And since we've been doing this here, I was drinking at least 4 12-ounce cans of soda a day. So she started going through the ingredients, and
Well, and we all know
It wasn't-
aspartame is not good.
it
for
wasn't
you.
good. So if you see Jocelyn in here and Russ in here, they worked here, and Russ is a big drinker of these, what are they called? LaCroix, or he's cheap like me. He drinks the fake LaCroix, and they don't have anything in them. They've got water,
They've
sparkling
got
water.
sparkling water, natural flavor, and it does have carbonation in it.
Well, carbonation, that's just bubbles. Bubbles are good. You used to blow bubbles when you were a child.
Bubbles are good.
Bubbles are good.
Okay. And if you
So
say so.
I haven't had a Diet Pepsi in 3 weeks.
Yeah, so they don't have any artificial sweetener in them.
Oh, Rob, where'd you retire from? So I was in Columbia, South Carolina. I did 26 years. You did 33 years, so you did more than
Bless
me.
you.
Yes, thank you for your service. And yes, when you're in a police car, I did not like to drink coffee at work because it makes a huge mess when you spill it. You can't put the little plastic top on. And so I drink Diet Pepsis like they were, especially,
Not
they were-
anymore. I don't think you've bought any in
No,
a couple of weeks.
that's what I just said, it's been 3 weeks.
Yeah.
But I had Howard County, Maryland. That's tough up there. It snows. And so I would ride around with one in my police car at all times, and a lot of the convenience stores either gave you one a night or sold them to you at half price. And so I spent, in the beginning, a good bit of my career on midnight shift. And so I would go in at 11 o'clock at night, leave the house at 10, work from 11 till 7:30 in the morning, and Diet Pepsi is what kept me awake. And the sugar rush is what kept me active. So, yeah. So I've gotten off of them. Russ turned me on to these seltzer sparkling waters, and now I do drink 4 or 5 of these a day.
Do you?
Probably.
I haven't noticed. I've been trying to just drink water. Period. Just good filtered water.
Yeah, we have a Berkey. We love our Berkey. We did a good video on it. Yeah, so Rob, the Salty Medic is from down my way in South Carolina now. I know he used to be other places, but he's in South Carolina now. I think you're an EMT and part-time deputy, if I'm not mistaken. He and I do ham radio together. I was a Diet Pepsi guy too. I stopped 8 years ago. Yeah, I know. When we were in Montana at Columbia Falls, at Columbia Falls RV Park, Bob, you would get on me when we would sit out at the fire at night, and I'd be drinking my Diet Pepsis, and you would tell me I need to stop. And well, I listened. I was slow, but
we got there.
we did. And
And
neither
I-
one of us are drinking them now.
No, and like I said, I've just been trying to drink good filtered water. I try not to. We haven't bought any bottled water at all in
No.
a couple of weeks. We've just been
Bob's such a liar.
filtering our water, and we bought glass containers, to really cool glass containers. Actually, we bought these glass containers, and they have the screw on top.
And they're the size of one of those narrow quart milk jugs, and they fit right in the refrigerator.
That's right on the refrigerator door. They're awesome. We love them. But so we keep 2 in the refrigerator, 2 on the counter, and we make our coffee with it and everything.
Now I wish they held a little bit more water, because it takes 1 1/4
Yeah,
bottles to fill up the
coffee.
coffee maker. But since we put new filters in the Berkey a couple weeks ago,
It's been filtering
It
like a drain.
filters quick now, so it's not a big problem.
Not a big deal.
So one other thing, and we're going to try to keep this under an hour, because I don't want to listen to Bob complain about how I kept him up. But I'm just picking on Bob because we're friends. But we do try to keep our lives to 45 minutes to an hour, and we're at 34 minutes, so we're doing good. But so making content is can get challenging, because I try not to do the same content over and over. And so I would love if y'all could give me some ideas on I don't do the ham radio.
I'm in Maryland, not
Well,
South
the
Carolina.
Salty Medic,
but
I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm sorry.
we like South Carolina.
I've got you confused. We like South Carolina anyway. I got you confused with somebody else. I apologize. He's got a similar name.
That's funny.
That is funny. But so any suggestions that y'all would have for content? We like to do stuff that we actually know a little bit about. So if you have questions about work camping, now I just did where I gathered 7 questions, and we did like a 30-minute video. I think it was earlier this week, wasn't it? That I posted that. So that I'd love for Cindy to do a video on how to use the Allstays app.
Oh, I can do
She
that.
can do that. I'm not sure how
Yeah.
we would show the phone.
We could work on that and figure it out, because that would make a good video.
Yeah, Backroads is saying we could put a brass pole up front. You could dance.
Yeah, right.
Oh, but so some questions that we could answer about work camping. Maybe some questions that you would like about RV systems. Now, I'm not super mechanical, but I know how to ask questions. I couldn't tell you how to fix.
We have friends.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you how to fix the generator. But I could tell you how to find somebody. Two, she said that would be helpful.
Yeah.
We'll see if we can figure that out, Tammy. So we could be helpful in that, but like I've got a video coming out next week, I think, on the proper way to clean your hot water heater. I wasn't aware until I started doing it, and I watched a YouTube video to do it, how much calcium buildup there is in a hot water heater. So I have a video on the proper way to clean that coming up. I think it's next week. I've got it slated. And then we just did one on how to clean your sewer tanks, white, gray, and black. And it had a little bit about how to do your hot water heater, but I've got a separate video that's just about, so you don't have to go through all that minutia to get that if you're looking for just that. We did a video not long ago about your gray tank, and you know, we had quite a few people here were leaving them open, and they were even leaving their black tank open. And so we did a video on that. So I think just
things that come up in our lives that we didn't realize or we didn't know about, or we can share with somebody else who's new. We try to do videos on things like that. We just like to keep it real. I mean, you know, we all have day-to-day problems, day-to-day issues that come up, and some happen and you go, oh wow, that was really stupid. I could have avoided that altogether. So, you know, we try to keep it as real as possible.
Tammy was asking what your YouTube channel was, so I was just telling her.
Yeah, I don't have very many videos, because I'm Alec's sidekick in the videos.
Batman.
I'm not Robin. So Alec and Backroads were trying to talk me into just starting a channel.
We did talk you into it.
Y'all did talk me into it, and I've done a few videos, but unlike Alec, I get distracted easily, so I have to...
Distracted or distracted?
Distracted. Did I say distracted?
You just said distracted. You
well,
are
I'm
distracted.
sure I could be distracted too. But where Alec can do a video sitting here in the camper, whether I'm involved in it or not, and stay focused, I don't know how he does it. But if I do that, I get distracted, I get off topic, so I have to go somewhere separate by myself, gather my thoughts, because that's just how my brain works. But yeah. So I don't have a lot of videos up, but I've got a few, and mine are more about just things that are going on, things that I'm working on, things that concern me, things that bother me.
Yeah. So we did like the trucker convoy. We drove over to...
Because I really wanted to do that.
Yep. So we went, that was her first video. We've done stuff about water safety, mental health.
Yeah, I did a mental health one today. And I did one about the cell phone outage.
Right.
Because it really concerned me and bothered me, as if some something like this major were to take place and it lasted more than a day and I needed to get up with my family, what would I do? How would I go about doing it? So, just things like that that pop up that get on my mind and I want to express it.
So Tricia asked, when you travel, do you call in advance for a place to stay? So Cindy does most of our figuring out where we're going to stop and that sort of stuff. So I'll let you answer that.
Before, I talked him into boondocking, which boondocking means lots of different things to lots of people. Boondocking to us means stopping at a Cracker Barrel, a Walmart, a Bass Pro Shop, Cabela's, somewhere like that, basically in a parking lot, okay? So when Alec's getting tired, or it's getting an hour or so before we're going to quit driving for the day, I start looking on my Allstays app to see what's coming down the road, just like I do with gas stations. He'll let me know when he gets to half a tank. I start looking for the next gas station, scoping it out, making sure we can get in and out of it, and tell him what exit it's at. I do the same thing with a Cracker Barrel or a Walmart, and I can read the reviews and
Can't
whether
you sometimes see pictures?
Yes, they do have images on there too. So I can look at all that ahead of time and read comments from people who have stayed there and how long ago they stayed, whether they even allow it. So we try to do that. So in that instant, no, we do not necessarily call to make reservations as we're camping. Ours, I usually do it spur of the moment. On my Allstays app, it'll show us whether there is a state park nearby. Sometimes there's a county park nearby that will let you camp there. And then some places have dispersed camping, which means there's probably no water and electric or anything there.
Well, you got us a beautiful place on the Snake River on the way to California 2 years ago.
And that was the first time I'd ever gotten Alec to do dispersed camping. Dispersed camping can be dicey. I mean, you never know what road
I didn't think we were going to get back up that hill, that gravel
you
hill.
never know what the road conditions are going to be and that sort of thing when you do dispersed camping. But I will tell you that around Arches in National Moab, Arches National Park, there is
Are you
some
asking me or telling me?
both. There is some dispersed camping right off of the interstate that looked really good. It was really flat, level. It looked nice. Had we known that ahead of time, we would have probably done that. But we didn't. We took the safe route. We went to a campground. So I usually make if we're going to stay at a campground, I usually make it spur of the moment. We usually try to boondock 2 nights in a row while we're traveling. And then the third night, I'll try to find us a campground to go to.
Because I won't open the camper up when we're...
Well, if we pull into a campground and we're
just
wanting to hook up to water, wash some clothes, take a good long shower, and the dog cannot stand being cooped up that long.
All right, so Rob wants to know what exactly is Allstays, where does he find it? And then Jocelyn said Camp Indian is also a good site. And we have used Camp Indian, I just don't find it as user-friendly.
Well, I've never learned how to use it.
Right, that's why I said it's not as user-friendly. So maybe explain to Rob, I just told him it was an app on the phone. And maybe...
It's on the tablet, isn't it?
Yeah, and the tablet's dead, I think.
Oh, and it's not on this.
No. So Cindy's going to look up. I think she's going to see if she can find her All Stays app.
Well, I'm going to try to find it so I can show you at least what the thing looks like. But it's an app that you can get on your tablet or your phone.
Right now, it's only, if I remember correctly, it's only available on Apple products.
Oh.
But they do have All Stays. I think they have a website. And they have two versions, All Stays and All Stays Pro. All Stays is the free one. That's it right there. There it is right there.
So I don't know
Here, let me see.
if they can see that. Can they see?
They can. So that's what,
This is the All Stays app. That's what the icon looks like.
and we've been using it for 5 years,
Yeah,
and we love it.
I like it because I can pull it up and it'll show a dot on the interstate where we are, and I can look ahead.
You can find propane, you can find gas stations, you can find dump sites, you can find rest areas that allow you to stay overnight. It will tell you how far you are from a rest area if you don't have
Well,
like
it'll tell you when the next rest area is coming up.
All right,
now-
Rob says he just put it on his iPad. Rob, I think it's like when we got it, it was a $9.95 app, and that's once you buy that,
Yeah,
you're
you don't need
done.
it.
It's the,
Yeah.
Bob says he uses recreation.gov. We've used that too, but they're more of a state and national park, I believe, if I remember correctly, situation, and not just where's the next Cracker Barrel or find me a Walmart. And like they'll list the phone number in the app of Walmart or Cracker Barrel, and you can call them and confirm it's okay for you to pull in. Like we'll be 20 minutes out. Hey, I saw we're going to stop for the night. Is it okay if we park overnight in your parking lot? Is there a specific area? What was that?
I don't know. We just heard a big boom, y'all.
Let me step outside real quick and check it out. I'll be right back. Cindy will be here for you.
Well, the air came on too at the same time.
noise. Let me just take a look out here.
Sorry, that was weird. I don't know if a gust of wind hit us or what just happened. It almost felt like the power maybe went off, but our generator's not working, so I don't know what that was. Sorry about that, guys. Yes, Jocelyn, All Stays does have a free version. Did you see anything?
Yeah, a gust of wind blew a chair into the side of the camper.
Oh, awesome.
No damage.
So gusty wind is the culprit. I was trying to find Boondockers Bible. I have used that a lot.
How about
It's-
Boondockers Welcome?
Well, this is Boondockers Bible.
She
I-
says she can't hear us anymore.
Uh-oh.
We were having trouble with internet earlier. Can y'all still hear us? Yeah, Terry says she can hear us perfectly.
Huh.
Bob says he hears us. I don't.
Okay. But I've used Boondockers Bible. If we are, if we're getting tired and it's getting late, I don't know why I don't have this printed out or saved in a picture or something, but I will just type into my phone, states that allow you to stay overnight at a rest area, and it's always Boondockers Bible that comes up, and it gives you a list of the states that do allow overnight, for you to park overnight, not camp, but park overnight at a rest area.
Didn't we stay one in Mississippi that they even had security guards, separate places for the RVs?
I can't, we did
Mississippi.
run into it a couple of times. What?
I was trying to see if Mississippi. Yeah, Mississippi, yes. It was Mississippi that had security guards and everything.
Yeah, so we have camped or parked and slept in a rest area where they had separate parking for RVs and buses. So you weren't parked right up next to the truckers or taking a truck's space for the night. So we don't do that all the time. We have done it before, but we don't do it all the time because those are for the truckers. The truckers have to be able to get their sleep. That's their job, and we respect that. We don't like going to truck stops. If we do go to a Love's or something overnight,
We
we
park
try
up
to
front.
get them to let us park up front in the RV spaces by the gas pumps. Because I don't like to take up a trucker's space, you know, because they're traveling for their job. They need a place to stay.
So, yeah, I was just answering about the Mountainside KOA's internet on the
I
tablet.
think they're
Mountainside
updating
is-
all the
Well, and
internet.
Mountainside has the cell tower at the entrance.
Okay.
So their service is better than what we had.
What we did have at Westgate.
Right?
Now, Westgate, I think, just did a big upgrade
Didn't
with their internet, or they were slated to get it done. So
Yeah. So I noticed that, you know, we've had up to like 37 people in here. We got 22 right now. Only 13 thumbs up. So if I can ask, everybody could leave a thumbs up on the live. It helps YouTube share it. So
but yeah, I'm a fly by the seat of my pants when we're traveling, which kind of drives Alec crazy. But that's just my personality, and I haven't gotten him in too many tight spots that he couldn't get out of.
So I'm gonna ask her to tell you about when we went to Gula Gorge. Tallulah Gorge right before we went full time.
I
When we
wish I
had
knew the name of that part.
Well,
It was right by the river.
when we had our Coachman Murata, which is the camper that gave me PTSD with campers. But tell her how you goat trailed us on that campground.
Okay, so you pull into the campground. It looks like it's going to be nice and flat, right? And we stop at the office. We go, we check in. We were meeting friends there. They were right in front of us. They checked in, and they went straight to their campsite. They didn't have any issue. Apparently, I can't follow a campground map. So I checked in.
Or any other kind.
So I checked in. We checked in at the office. We got in the camper. I thought I was reading the map correctly, and instead of taking a right, we took a left right at the cute little river that was going there, and our friends started setting up their campsite because
They were completely
already
set
there.
up with
Well, they were already there.
with margaritas by the time.
So we took a left, and Elliot goes, honey, I think the campsite was right down there on the right.
And we're towing
I
our
said, well-
Ford Edge, and there's no way to turn around.
And I said, honey, I don't think so. It's got to be right down here. Well, we finally found a place to turn around. And then there was a big sign that said exit this way. I'm like, honey, it says we've got to exit that way. This is like a one-way road. We've got to exit that way. And he goes, Cindy, I don't think that's the right way. And I said, but it says exit. So we start down that road and it goes straight up a mountain. Straight up.
Not on a regular road. It was a goat trail. Matter of fact, I think I saw a goat.
I know. And
Off
it
of the
was
side.
very narrow. Our camper barely fit on that road. And of course, there was no backing up at that point. We had committed. We had to go for it, right? So Alex stayed over as close to the mountain as he can, and he is headed up that trail. And we are committed. Our friends call us. I'm frantic. They call us on the phone. They're like, where are y'all? I said, I can't talk right now. And I hung up on them.
And then when we got to the top, it was straight down.
Well, it went straight down
With
and
a
then
90
took
degree
a curve.
turn. It's like, oh, I got it.
We made it back to the store.
Yep. So we got a late arrival. Is it CILX? So hello, how are you? Clicks 18. We are just talking about camping stuff.
So we go down the trail. We're headed down to the campsite. I call my friend back and I'm like, okay, I can talk now. Where are y'all? She said, no, the question is, where are you? And I said, we're back where we started. And they were like, what? How'd you do that? How'd you miss this? I'm like, I don't know, but I need directions, apparently. So we went back down the hill to the right this time, not to the left, found our friends, and got camped for the weekend. But yes, that, I thought Elliot was going to divorce me.
But let me tell you though, when we went over the gorge on that, they had one of those rope bridges. It was
It was
absolutely
gorgeous. And there were kayakers.
Yeah, they were having a kayak competition. You could stand on the bridge and look over.
And watch them.
Tricia, we do have a lot of stories. Some are not so great. Matter of fact, I would encourage, we had a lot of new subscribers and quite a few new people in the chat tonight. So there is a video, it's called Two Dead, One Almost, that I did over the summer. I think it's in the Work Camper playlist, but it may not be. But I would encourage everybody to go listen to that. That's got some real stories, and I'll give you a hint. The almost was me, and it was quite the.
But we've had a lot of fun work camping. We've met a lot of really neat people. We still stay in touch with them. We just have a good time, and it's been wonderful. The past couple of years have been great. What is that?
Just answering Kevin. So so Kevin just asked if I'm going to do any more videos like the one I did this morning. Yes, it does bring a lot of subscribers and views and revenue, which I have a pretty good pension. We're not really doing this for the revenue.
No, not at all.
I enjoy revenue. So,
to be honest, we started this channel to keep up with our kids and almost as kind of a travel journal so that our family could keep up with us, see what we were doing. And then we found out, well, then we just kind of got slack about doing it.
Well, we broke our camera and we said,
there you go.
There you go. And then I started, if you've seen the video this morning, so then I started watching Sarasota Tim,
He's always watched YouTube.
and he really inspired me in the early days to, get out there and do it. And he was just doing it with a phone, and so
It's like if he can do it with a cell phone, we don't need a fancy camera
right.
or
So
anything like
we're
that.
working
anyway.
at Westgate over the summer, and Cindy's working inside with this girl named Trish, and she was friends with a guy that had a YouTube channel. She was a friend. Married.
That's called a husband.
A husband, yeah. And so Bear, thank you, Kevin. Thank you very much. And Bear would sit out in the parking lot and talk to me while he was waiting on her for lunch and that sort of stuff. And Bear used to do hunting videos on the Outdoor Channel and that sort of stuff. And he says, I can help you do this, and I've made several YouTube channels. And so it just kind of became a fun summer project.
Yeah, that we started back up doing.
And so now if it does make revenue for us, which I'll be honest, this is our first month that we've made a little bit of money, and mine doesn't have.
That's fine.
And that we've made a little bit of money from it, and I'm gonna
But
tell you,
it's
we're gonna
nothing.
give a part of it to our church. We'll invest a part of it, and then put the rest of it back into the channel, and it's really just going to kind of help us with some adventures that we can film. Todd, thank you very much, and I do see that we are at an hour, which is what we try to keep our lives at, and so we're going to be getting off here in a couple of minutes too. Todd, thank you so much for joining us tonight. And Kevin, that's the first time I've ever gotten a super, so I don't know what to say, but thank you. It was very nice of you, and we are going to be traveling soon. So before we get off, and thank you, Todd, for bringing it to my attention that we were at the limit that we had set. Does anybody have any other questions that they would like to talk about before we call it a night? Thank you, Tricia. And if there's no other questions,
Yeah, we enjoy doing this. We enjoy visiting with everybody. We try to make it as personable as possible because we hope to meet
thank
y'all.
you, Terry.
We hope to meet some of y'all along our journeys along the way. So just like the work campers who we just happenstance are going to be working with this summer.
Yeah.
So that's exciting. We enjoy sharing our stories and our adventures.
Yeah. And so y'all, thank y'all for coming along. And we try to do lives every 2 weeks, every other Tuesday at 7:30, whatever time we are. We're in Central Time right now. Next month we're going to be in Mountain Time, so it'll be 7:30 where we are, not necessarily where you are. It's just easier for us that way. But we try to post new content on Mondays and Thursdays at 7:45, and lives every other Tuesday at 7:30. Now, when we get a new schedule, we may have to change it. It may be on whatever night like Tuesdays we're off here. And so when we
don't know what our schedule's going to be like when we get there.
But anyway, so I'm going to call it a night and thank everybody for
joining us.
us.
And I don't even know about all this super chat stuff.
No.
That's awesome.
Yep. All right. Y'all have a good evening. And thank y'all. If you have any other questions or topics that you want to talk about or see videos on, my email is listed in my bio. So y'all have a good night. Oh, bye, Karen. You made it. Thank you. Good night, everybody. Good night, John Boy.